On the table for secondary occupants or secondary occupation, we saw that the issue has different edges, and they can be analyzed from a legal approach of individual human rights, then the violation of possible rights of people that would be eventually dispossessed, then they could interpret it as a displacement, especially if they are vulnerable or are subject to a constitutional special protection, like peasants, women, or people belonging to indigenous communities or Afro communities. But the panel also did strongly emphasize on the possible social conflict arising from the secondary occupation and how to deal with these types of conflicts. Then there was a significant and important emphasis in not leaving this edge on the side, because the existing solutions so far have been normative and have looked to provide measures about individual issues. The reaction of the public then had a need to place emphasis on the collective aspects. On the other hand, also within the legal definitions, since there is a big question, and that is, who is secondary occupant, and to what extent should the special measures be given to this population? And there was another big question about whether only the occupants were vulnerable people and individuals with special constitutional protection, or if also other players that might be are not as powerful and maybe did not take advantage of the dispossession, but still were covered under the instruments of the Land Restitution Unit, especially the Accord 021 and 029, which anticipates measures for people who neither live in the property nor earn their living from it. Then that definition about who is secondary occupant is difficult. And on the last panel, we saw how the magistrate Benjamin Yepes, using this, emphasized that it's a mistake that the legislator hasn't foreseen certain measures regarding this population or the definition, given that each judge does it its own way, and in that sense, the equality right can be violated. So let's say we're still building the solutions, both on the damages which can generate individual acts as well as the collectives on the subject, because the social and community conflicts that derive from it, and especially how this subject is a weak flank of politics. That is why the detractors attack it strongly. So really, a lot still needs to be done in Colombia to conceptually define who they are, what types of measures are they entitled to, and let's say other strategies, not only legal but social, we can carry out in key reconciliation, which is one of the objectives on the transitional justice.